Leo, welcome. We're going to do a general read for you guys today. We're going to look at current energy. After that, we'll get into a possible desire. Now, keep in mind that this desire may only reflect for a few of you because this is a collective read, and it's just going to bring up the most prominent issues or desires, followed by the near future, what's working for you, and what you need to be aware of. So part of this read may be for you, or all of it. Either way, let's get started. Current energy. 7 of Pentacles. We have, all right, we've got the Queen of Pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles, and the 4 of Cups. So what I get is there's a lot of frustration around your money right now. You may just not be knowing what to do, what to get invested with, just given the state of the economy and what's going on in the world. There just may be a lot of uncertainty, and it's like, really, do I really have to do this type of thing? And that self-sufficiency. Maybe for some of you, you're wondering if you have to do it alone. But it's that preparing for the future. And just that whole thing is like, I don't really want to have to do this. Maybe it's been living the good life for a little bit and now things are getting a little tighter. That type of idea. When we look to the possible desire, we see the 6 of Cups. Now, the 6 of Cups has been showing up quite a lot lately. And pardon me, all of a sudden I start reading for you and I want to yawn like crazy. So I get that whole feeling of being tired. Maybe you're tired of making things happen. But when we look to the desire, we see the 6 of Cups. There is a connection from the past that you may be wanting to reestablish. We have the 5 of Swords, the Strength card, which is your energy, and the Death card. You're wondering if this individual has changed. There might have been some issues where things seemed a little unfair. They weren't really in it for the group. They were in it for themselves. And looking at this, you could have been involved with a Scorpio at that particular moment. That may only resonate for a few of you, like I said, as this is the desire part or want. And either ways, we're looking at this. You may be wondering how much you've changed as well going forward to this person. Or reconnecting with this individual. This could be family, friend, whatever. But that reconnection isn't going to cost you a lot of energy. But it's also nice to gauge where you are in your current situation. When we look to the near future, we see the 7 of Swords. We see the 8 of Wands, the Temperance card, and the 10 of Cups. Things may not feel like they're going your way. You may feel guarded. You may feel uncertain. Things may feel unfair. But what we see is the 8 of Wands and Temperance. And things start to change. Things start to shift. I get the word that I want to use with change, like we've already seen that with the Death card, but this change is more, I feel it more internal. I feel it more as a way of being. So there's been a shift in that way of being, especially when it comes to your heart's desire, the things that you are connected closest to in those areas. And so it may have felt like this is such a long time coming, but it starts to happen, and it starts to happen quickly. But it's a continuous and permanent, I want to say. I don't know if change can be permanent. That said, what's working for you? We saw the Ace of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, the Sun card, the Two of Pentacles, and the King of Cups. There's a new start coming. And we saw that with the change earlier, or that desire. You may be really guarded about this change, rightfully so. But this is something really good. It may feel like you're still juggling, but be aware of the emotions that it triggers inside you with the King of Cups here. With the Sun card, on top of all of these other, like the Ace of Wands, this change is really good. It's working in your, let's say, your best interest is probably the best way to put it. When we look to what you need to be aware of, dun, 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 we see the Lovers card show up. Now, that said, I kind of want to hold the whole thing up, but we have the Lovers card, we have the High Priestess, the Tower, and the Six of Swords. So this connection can be with somebody younger, but there's a lot of uncertainty around this. With the High Priestess, she can talk about secrets, those types of things. We have the Tower. Maybe those get broken loose. And what that allows to happen is that allows everything to go into the Six of Swords energy, which is it starts to flow. Things start to flow in a very positive direction. Things start to go easier. We saw that earlier in the with the Seven of Swords, where things are kind of fighting against you, if you will. Last four cards. Oh, that's too many. Thank you. We have the Ace of Swords. Ooh. The Nine of Swords. The Hierophant. And the Three of Swords. So as you're looking at these things, intellectually, you can see what's going on. Especially as you progress forward. The Nine of Swords, though, I kind of get that this goes back to that individual that may, in the desire, where you're wanting to reconnect with this, but it's bringing you some anxiety, especially as it starts to head towards I want to use that term. Not institutionalized, although it may make you feel crazy. We have the Hierophant card. Let's say more official. But as you're looking at this and you're thinking about these things, there is this worry, this Three of Swords, where you're like, if we go this route, is this going to wind up kind of where we were before? So, any more on that? No. Okay. That's what I've got for you today. Best of luck this week. We'll see you next time. Stay safe.